Tonight, Dr. Dean Eddel concludes his special series of reports, which he calls Beyond Belief, what's real and what isn't. He says sometimes it's a matter of asking the right questions.
I could go on all day, from a psychic who convinces true believers he's the real thing, even though he's giving everyone the exact same reading.
Because that's the way I really am.
Yeah. To the faith healer, whose only celestial connection was a hidden earpiece giving him a direct line to some very earthly information.
He's praying for his sister in Sweden, too, Esther Hansen.
Glory to God. And I tell you, God's going to touch that sister of yours all the way in Sweden. It's going to be because of your prayer. Right now, Jesus, oh, hallelujah.
Then there's psychic surgery, done without knives. Unfortunately, the only thing it removes is chicken livers and your money. Well, frankly, the usual response I get to all this debunking is resentment. Now, I would love it if all this stuff were true. What fun! These fantasies are a great distraction from our humdrum lives and the real world that surrounds us. But it's the real world that demands our sharpest critical thinking. Here's an example. The day after our fake psychic piece, I got a couple of calls from people asking me where they could get a hold of him, even though he made it quite clear he was a magician who, like most psychics, used trickery, not special powers. All of our lives are and will continue to be seriously affected if we don't value reason over superstition. What's the harm in believing in astrology or UFOs or Bigfoot?
It's extremely dangerous because you give up control of your own life and you get manipulated by the mystics and irrational, non-existent things. Yes, extremely dangerous.
Clearly, they believe that the human sacrifice and the animal sacrifice has put a magical shield around them that protected them from evil or harm.
Now, invoking the satanic serial murders in northern Mexico may be a little extreme, but it makes an important point. Believing in fantasy isn't always benign, whether it's worried parents pulling healthy apples from their children's lunches or people seeking therapies that are more magic than healing. The result is anything but harmless. This doesn't mean science has all the answers, but critical thinking can show us how to ask the right questions. I'm Dr. Dean Eddel.
One final note from Dr. Eddel on the subject of critical thinking. The most recent survey of scientific knowledge finds U.S. students are lagging behind in science. They now rank 17th in the world.